Hey guys, welcome back to the Street Ghost Garage channel. So today's topic is going to be about me and my wife's 2018 Jeep JL Rubicon. So we're going to be talking about 5 likes and 5 dislikes that we have about the Jeep. Now these are just our personal opinions. They're not factual or anything like that. So if you guys have your likes or dislikes, please comment down below and let's get started. But first, before we get started, don't worry, zero sugar. Okay, so we're going to go over the first like of the Jeep JL. So we actually love the upgraded, sleeker look of the Jeep JLs over the JKs, both interior and exterior. Exterior, a lot of upgrades, looks way more sleeker, not so much boxy looking. Of course, it's still a Jeep, so it's going to look boxy looking, but there's a lot more features to the outsides of these. And with the interiors, just way more modernized, way more comfortable, and I'll get a little bit into that later with the likes. So the second like that I'm going to be going over today is the OEM off-road capabilities of the Jeep, especially the Rubicon versions, where it's got the bigger brakes, it's got the aux ports for it that you can connect into and don't have to have an extra switch panel. You also got the bigger tires and wheels, and then you also have the front and rear diff lockers on this, which make a huge difference in the off-road world. The third thing that we like about the Jeep is going to be the aftermarket support in these vehicles. Jeep's always had a big following and a huge community behind it, but it also has a bunch of businesses that actually support the Jeep, create new products, create new aftermarket parts for the Jeep that are just awesome, and you don't have to go look the same as every other Jeep. You have a wide variety, there's different parts, there's just different upgrades that you can go with the Jeep if you're building one way or if you're going to build it another way. Okay, so now we're going to be going over the fourth like on our Jeep JL Rubicon, which is going to be the interior. We're going to start with the digital gauge cluster. So most of it is digital. It is very customizable through the options and everything that it comes with. Next, we're going to go to the Apple CarPlay. The Apple CarPlay is huge that it comes stock with, and with the 8-inch screen, it looks amazing, and even the sound system in the Rubicons sounds amazing as well. The next would be for the seats. It is great for a daily driver, or if you're going on long road trips. These are perfect. They are comfortable, they don't hurt your back, and they're just easy to sit in. Especially if you're going off-roading, these are perfect. They're easy to wash, and we love the seats and the interior. Now the fifth like about the Jeep is not just the Jeep, but it's the Jeep community. There's a lot of outreach and a lot of people that are actually into the Jeeps, and there's an abundant amount of help that you can get. When it comes to forums, when you go to Facebook, whatever website, whatever social media you go to, people are willing to help on the Jeeps because they love these things so much. And that's what we really appreciate is about having it and being a part of that. And that would be our fifth like for the Jeep. So now we're going to be going over the 5 dislikes about my 2018 Jeep JL Rubicon. So these were kind of hard to think about, and we really had to put some thought into these dislikes because there is a lot of amazing things about these Jeeps, but these are just kind of some petty, some are actually like good input for my opinion, but these are just my 5 dislikes on the Jeep. So the first dislike that we have on the Jeep would be the OEM brakes. Now with bigger tires like these that we have 37s, it's a lot more weight, it's a lot more rotation, and it's just harder on the OEM brakes. So what I've done so far is I put the PowerStop Z36 brake pads, which are a ceramic brake pad on it, and it has helped a ton. There's a lot more bite, it's way more aggressive, and there's not as much brake fade if you're going down the mountain or if you're going off-roading and you have to constantly use your brakes. Another problem that we have is with the OEM brake lines. So they're a rubber line, and under more pressure, of course, the rubber is going to expand under pressure. So the next upgrade in one of my videos that I'm going to do is I'm going to do stainless steel brake lines to try to counteract that and give it a stiffer brake feel and better brakes overall. Now the second dislike that we have about the Jeep, of course, is the death wobble. Everybody hates the death wobble. It's just what comes with the Jeeps itself, or even a solid axle in the front. That's just how it is. The geometry or whatever is going on there. They could be worn out parts, could be new parts, whatever it is. It's just how it is with the Jeeps. You just have to deal with it. And many people have gone over it and asked what's going wrong. It's just one of those unsolvable things that it will happen to you no matter what. So I think one of the next things that I'm going to try to put on is heavy duty ball joints and also a better steering stabilizer than what we have as stock. So I'm going to go with the Fox steering stabilizer and some heavy duty ball joints. I think that will kind of help it, kind of get rid of the shakiness and whatever is going on, because with the bigger tires and that heavier weight going on behind the axles and behind the steering. So the third dislike that I have about the Jeep, and this is more of a personal thing being a car guy, is I want to optimize the power. So going online, and maybe there's different and I haven't seen it, but there's only been programmers to calibrate speed and calibrate tire size. Now I don't want to add a bunch of horsepower, a bunch of torque. I'm not racing this thing. I just want to optimize what it has. It's the 3.6 liter V6 with the 8-speed transmission. And that's just fine, and it works perfectly good for the off-roading that we do now or for daily driving as my wife drives it. But for me, I would like to optimize the power, and I would like to further optimize the transmission points as well. So I think for the next upgrade on that would be the liver noise PCM upgrade, which is going to be sending my PCM out, getting it tuned, sending it back, and it's going to optimize whatever they do to the engine, whatever they do to the transmission, and hopefully make it a lot better driving. Okay, so the fourth dislike on our Jeep JL, it's going to be the fuel economy. Now, I know from factory these come with 20 plus miles per gallon or whatever it is, but since we put the 37s, the lift, and it's outrunning its gearing, which comes stock with 410s, but we're going to go switch to 488s next. So we're going to try to get better fuel mileage out of that, but I still realize it is a Amazon box with wheels. There's no aerodynamics, and it sucks. All right, so now we're going on to our fifth dislike. So now this is just me being petty, but it's going to be the wind noise on these cars. So like I said, it's shaped like an Amazon box. There's a lot of places that air is going to hit, wind's going to go over, and it's just going to make noise. Bigger tires don't help with road noise, but I'm totally fine with that. It's the wind noise inside of the cab. Now I know it's still just an off-road vehicle. It's made for off-road and not so much a daily driving, but the wind noise does kind of get in the way a little bit. All right, guys, this is the end of my video on the 5 dislikes and the 5 likes on our 2018 Jeep JL Rubicon. So if you guys have any comments on what I disliked or what I liked in the video, please let me know. And please let me know if you guys have any other dislikes or different likes on the video on your guys' Jeeps as well. I would really be interested to hear those and what you guys have in recommendations for parts, because this is going to be a daily and a basic off-roader for the both of us. So I really appreciate that. Again, please like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys on the next one.